welcome back to me building Decked Out. First of all, before I even start, I want to say thank you so much for all the support on the first video. It is insane, so many lovely comments, so many new fresh faces, truly amazing. So thank you all so much. I can't wait to show you some more Decked Out content. So I was making some mud because for the first step of today's venture is mud. We need mud. Here we are back at good old Decked Out. But we're going to go to the storage room. And here's all the materials we will be needing for now. We definitely need more granite. I am so low on granite, I'm going to have to go mining again. I guess to start off this video, we will do a little time lapse of me making some floors so I can be able to at least walk where the dungeon is. Maybe only the first area I'll really focus on, try to get that all set up. I might separate it into sections because this is a big build. And I kind of want to take you through my process a little bit. So first thing I do is I go into creative. I'm not going to show you my creative world because that is all spoilers. And you don't get no spoilers around here. But yeah, that's what I first do is I go into creative and I design it. Then I go in and put it into Lightmatica. Yes, I do use Lightmatica. And here's a lot of floor 1. That's all you get for spoilers. But yeah, and then I go ahead and build it up, do some work. I change what I need to change. It's not like it's a 100% block by block placement. For example, all of this changes, as I mentioned before in last episode. So yeah, I guess it's just time to get building. Alright, so I went ahead and finished up the first zone. Oh, hello, thank you. Okay, so this is the layout for the first zone. Obviously, if you know, these will stop Ravengers from being able to pass when I put carpets over them, obviously. But this is kind of the layout. You kind of get the idea. Definitely a very busy flooring, but I really like it. And obviously next we need to do stone, build up the walls. And that's a big next part. So we're going to work on that right now, actually. But before that, it's been a little while since I've last recorded. It's been like a day. So last night I tried to record, but then my mic decided to completely break on me. So I couldn't record anything. I finally fixed it though. As you see, I am talking. And then secondly, my brother, the one that was no longer playing Minecraft, texted me and was like, I'm going to join again. I'm going to play Minecraft again. Your video convinced me. So he's back in the world doing stuff. Not right now. He was playing, but right now it's just me. Boop. He's already making farms. He's a very big farm guy. He likes making cool farms and stuff. So I think he's making a bee farm right now. So yeah, look, he's already hard at work. I think this is a bee breeder, and then I think he's making a bamboo farm. So things are just going to start popping up. So if you wonder where things are coming from, that is where. It's so disorganized over here. Some of that, and hopefully that's all we need. Finally finished zone 1. So let me give you the grand tour. Not fully done. We're going to be working on that right after this tour. So first, like I was talking about, there is a split zones. So basically you go left, you go right. If there's a Ravager here, you go that way. If there's a Ravager there, you go that way. It's pretty simple. So first we shall go this way. Over here we got some barrels. There's nothing really too crazy. It may not look like it, but Ravagers can fit through here. Over here is going to be a passageway for when you have jump boost, or a way back, basically. And down here is where our first berry location is. Living its life. I call this the bamboo room. And it's kind of a dead end. So if a Ravager comes over here, you can't walk this way. So you're going to take a hit. Maybe the new update actually will fix that. But you're going to go through there, and then you're going to make a run for it. You probably will get hit at least once, though. In here, I call the looping room for zone 1. So in the middle, we have this big gold loop so you can loop the Ravager that is in this zone. And over here is what I was talking about with the water being filled. If you're in here and the Ravager sees you, you die. There is no way out. Here is an exit to the next area, which goes that way. I absolutely love how dark this room is. And if you're wondering, how is it possible that you're being so dark in this room? All of these are half slabs, so nothing is spawnable on them. But it looks like whole slabs, but they are actually half slabs. And this leads right back into this room. And over here leads into the same zone that this one leads into, just a different part of it. So this one leads into like a really big room. And then this one over here is another berry location, which leads into like a back hallway kind of zone that loops around. But that is really it for zone 1. This is really just the beginning, and honestly, I did this pretty quick, so it's really giving me hope that I'll be able to get this done faster than I thought. This really only took me 2 hours to do. The whole ceiling, walls, decorations. So, you know, that gives me a lot of hope on how quick I might actually be able to get this done. Building wise, redstone wise is a completely different story. But speaking of redstone, I think it's time I do some redstone on camera. We're gonna build this door, which is the exit door. So let me go get some materials and I'll be right back. Right, redstone on camera. Well, first I'm going to be doing this, but this will take like 2 seconds just to build up the wall design. All right, so first we do that and that. All right, now here comes where my skills come in handy, hopefully. Well, we got 1. Oh yeah, what is skills to pay the bills. Do that. All right, so we obviously do that. We can go in and get up right now. Right, obviously we need a sticky piston, so 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Now, if we do it so this is torched and that's torched, that'll work. This is torched, that's torched. Now we just have to connect the line. Dun, 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 dun. And that should be good. So you're running from Ravager. There's a Ravager right here chasing you. You run up here and you go boop and you're free. You cannot go back. Pressure plates are for something very different, to turn off the game basically before you go into the shop. So now there's that. We got a repeater, but we're actually just gonna go like that. Make our lives easier. Let's grab some purple wool. And now we got to bring it all the way up there and connect it to this line. So this line is going all the way up right into the repeater that I have set up to be able to turn off the game when the piston's pushed down, obviously. Now we are missing one thing, the most important thing. All right, and obviously the most important part is the little ding. So I just added some no blocks with some packed ice under it to make the beautiful ding. And this goes all the way up and hits that. I think I already explained that though. All right, so we just got to finish up the door. The door is ready and it turns off the game, and that is all done. Let's go into the game. Boop. We can remove this lantern. Make sure we're good. Yep, we won the game, and that's what it looks like. You're starting to get the vibe of the dungeon, quote unquote. This is obviously, as I mentioned, this is mostly going to be a haunted house kind of build. But there is a bit of a cave before you get into the haunted house. And this is that cave. All right, so I guess that means I just got to go back on the grind.
2,000 years later.
Whew, literally 2 days later, I am back. I've gotten a lot done in the dungeon. It's not fully done yet, don't get me wrong. But I would say I'm about 45% done with level 1. So first, you guys already saw this stuff. I haven't done that either. So first, we're gonna go to zone 2. We're gonna ignore zone 3. This is all new. So this before it stopped right here, but this is all new. So this is just a simple pathway. I decided to add some ice in reference to Tango's icy dungeon. You know, obviously this entire thing is not gonna be ice. This is not a ice theme But I thought I would do a little reference to Tango's dungeon by putting some ice here. We're not going to look to my left because that is an entrance, but this goes on up and around. So this is just a little back hallway, as I was mentioning. So it continues on this way. This is just a nice long hallway. I did this so you have to walk around, but the Ravagers can run just right across. He'll really catch up fast if you're not careful. All right, over here we have this room. I don't really have names for the rooms, to be fair. If you want to name them, go ahead and put them in the comments. I guess this is like kind of like a laboratory. So we have a zombie in here. Zombie wasn't that hard to get in here. Basically, I just made it spawnable and just flying away until he spawned, and then I just shut him up and put a name tag on him. Over here, we have a drop down. Obviously not finished, but... And over here, we have a parkour thing. You've probably seen this before. On Tango's, he has like a trap where the chain is getting pushed back and forth. But I made it so it's only one wide, and for whatever reason, it's really hard when it's only one wide. And I think the speed that I did it, and I don't know, it's really hard. We are gonna have to get endermites down there, so I'll probably do that in a second. But if we come this way, we have the second part to the laboratory. We got another berry bush. Yeah, we got a just nice little room. This is where you question my sanity. I did this in creative, and I was like, it's a great idea, and it's 10 out of 10. But the effort that I did to get not only this stray into this cage, but get... Uh-oh. No. No. No, I don't want to kill him. No. Okay, so if we look at this, let's just talk about my stupidness. There's still one in there. I got rid of that ladder so they can't climb out, right? But I put the ladder back because I was like, oh, I don't know. I can get it back in there. I definitely can. Hey guys, how you doing today? I have thorns on. Are they all in? Did I do that expertly? Or did they all die? Oh my god. And that guy's humping that guy. What is going on? Anyways, like I was saying, why did I do this to myself? You know? Why did I have to get myself to put 3 wither skeletons in this hole? Now, this is way in the future. I have not done it yet. But there is going to be, and you're going to find me evil for this, there is going to be a compass drop off at the bottom of this pit. Basically, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to walk up, drop down the trapdoor, and then throw your compass down. If you get it wrong, it's over. You're going to have to try to jump down, get your compass. So you really better make sure it's right, because if you're wrong, it's bad news. All right, but then this guy, I love this guy. So basically, this is a path going upwards. Please don't shoot me. Going up there. So it goes up and around, basically. But when you go up, this guy can shoot you. And he actually hits a lot of the time. See, I'm just like literally walking normally, and he gets you a lot of the time. It just gives you slowness, and it's annoying for 25 seconds. Yeah, up here is a nice little cave. We got a little cranny back here. If you get stuck back here, please don't shoot me again. And the Ravager's like right there. You're just not living. It's just a nice long hallway which connects to the mortuary? Yeah, mortuary. Where basically you cut up dead bodies, you store them, and there's ice over there to store them and stuff. I love this room. I think this one might be one of my favorite rooms in the dungeon. It's dark, it's gruesome, and I like it. And over here is another path back to the beginning. Whoop. So the path we just took was this one, which goes all the way around. And then this one's this path, which goes right here. Obviously, Ravagers can walk right over this. And then you can go there, or you can go to the big main room. This is probably the biggest room in the entire first floor. But yeah, I guess we could just walk in. There's really nothing else to do. It's just a nice, big, juicy room. Now, if you see, obviously, I have the Rivers of Soul. Oh, I didn't do that. I was supposed to put a trapdoor here. Obviously, right now, the River of Souls is really easy because I have soul speed on my boots. But this is the door, one of the doors we skipped. So this path comes right here, and we can come in here. And over here is another door. There's another, so this is going to lead into another section. This is where the haunted house is really going to start to begin. And as you can see, I would try to do like a nice little house design. Here's another berry bush location. And this is the final door that goes into this room. And obviously a lot of these doors are going to be able to be shut with hazard. Just not doing that right now. Just trying to get the dungeon built. Up here, during my testing, I've had multiple times when I just need to jump. So, for example, a Ravager's down here, hanging out in this room. And this door is a hazard door. So this closes. So in other words, your only escape is to jump and take damage. There's no way out of taking damage. You cannot jump to the river. It is too far. You cannot jump to that because the angle's too hard. I've tested everything. And obviously I have feather falling, but that will do a lot of damage. So if you're not careful and you don't plan your route correctly, and the thought of hazard maybe closing that door can really be punishing by jumping off of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I am going to be trying to make some changes to the dungeon, to Decked Out. But right now, I'm really just trying to copy it to a certain extent. And once I've gotten to the point of the game actually working is when I can finally go in and make some changes. There is going to be some design changes like that you will obviously see in the upcoming future, because we don't have a resource pack to graphically design the cards and stuff. So that's already like one big change, you know. But for now, I'm really trying to just get my version of Decked Out as close to Tango's as possible. And then after that, I'm going to be making hopefully big changes. So anyways, where I was trying to go for that, oh, there's not supposed to be a lantern here. Where I was trying to go is here. Obviously, you'll know what this is. To jump is the key. The key is to jump. So when you have jump boost, you'll be able to. And in here, there's a button and you'll get the key. But yeah, that's really all I've done. I say that, but this is not a small amount of work that's been done. But I'm really happy with how fast I actually managed to get this done. Because a lot of the next sections are not as nearly as big as this whole section. We were cut off at like right there, maybe like right there. So all of this was built, and you know, it doesn't look like that much, but it's more than you think. But yeah, really, I just gotta keep on going, keep on grinding, and just get the rest done, I guess. Actually, before we do that, I got an amazing comment from Lane's MC. Sorry if I completely butchered that. But he gave me a great idea for this area that I was struggling with, and same with over there. And he said to build a soul sand graveyard to show respect to those who have fallen in the dungeon. What a fantastic, fantastic idea. So instead of working over there and being bored, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So first we gotta obviously knock out all this. Goodbye. All right, since I want to keep the same shape, we will go ahead and place down the soul sand. All right, how does that look? Yes, I know it's dark. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I actually think this area should also be. Yeah, that seems good to me. All right. Now, pick out where we're going to put our gravestones. So I'm thinking one there, maybe there. Definitely a bunch up here. So there. Like that one will be like that. Yes, hello, spider. I am not lit it up yet, I know. I guess better than a creeper. Oh my god. Please don't blow up. Okay. Alright, what are we looking like so far? It's not bad. It's a little... It's not good either. I'm very bad at going with the whim. I think it's fine. I think it just needs some more details. Alright, let's go to my storage room and scour what else we can bring. So we'll grab some wither skulls. Leaves might look nice. Some like just dark, maybe sprucey leaves. Some cobwebs might look nice. And I think that will be good. I think it's just I just gotta fill up the space a little bit more. The graves are a little spread out and whatnot. Okay, I missed the hole 14 times. Let's set up a pumpkin patch. I was thinking like right here. Some overgrown leaves always helps. Alright, so my biggest problem with this is that it's hard to tell what it is. So we're gonna have to make the graves a little bit bigger. I could put RIP on each of them, I guess. Because these are obviously gonna say players' names when they die. Or even Ravager names if my Ravagers die. I'm really hoping they don't. Let's see. Because I keep flying up, like any player is gonna be up here, unless they're flying around. You know? Right? Because you can't really see it. I mean, you can see it a little bit. But like right here is where you'll see it. And I mean, it looks good. You might not be able to tell exactly what it is from over here, but who cares? Alright. Now I just kind of gotta repeat on the other side. And just like that, it is done. I think I really like it. I think it's pretty good fitting in. It's not too much where it like takes away from the build, right? Because obviously your eyes still go right to the middle. But it's just more decoration over there. It's not empty. It's not flat. If you do walk over here, you know, you got a nice little rip. And here's the other one. I decided I ran out of leaves, so there's a lot less leaves. I also decided to have all the graves face in one direction. Shout out to One Direction. And I think it worked a little bit better than over here with the random directions. Over here is a little bit just messy. But I like both sides. I actually didn't add the wither skulls. Forgot to do that. I like it. I think it fits with the vibe of decked out, obviously. And I think it's going to be really fun if we actually get some players playing. So obviously, as the dungeon master, I've already died to this freaking thing a million times. So I'm going to put my name right there on this sign. And that is the first grave to be filled out. All right. Now I guess I probably should work on the next part. But yeah, thank you for the amazing suggestion. I really like how it turned out. If you have any suggestions, please put them down below. If I like the idea, I'll probably end up doing it. So anyways, I've got to stop dilly-dagging. I got to... Anyways, I got to get back to work. There is so much more of level 1 that I have to build. And a couple days later, I have finished 2 more sections of the dungeon. So let's check... Oh, 3 technically. Let's check it out. First, we got the hallway done. Look at this. Oh, man. Get the full view. Ain't she a beaut? I do love this hallway so much. Do not mind the pink, purple, magenta wool. That is not done up there. But that is going to be the staircases upstairs. But we got this beautiful big hallway, which obviously, as I was talking about, leads right to this trap, which leads over here, and then over here it goes over here, which we will explore in a second. And then we come back here, which leads to the same kind of area. We got a nice little axolotl here, looking cute, looking adorable, and that goes downstairs, which we will explore in a second. First, we're gonna come over here. So this is what I consider like the more common area for the haunted museum. Upstairs is where it gets really creepy, and downstairs is where they store the bodies. That's kind of what the idea is. The lounge area, so we got a nice campfire with a couch, some bamboo decorations, pretty simple stuff. In here we got the office. Over here is where the door connects to the hallway. And then we got this long loop. These are not supposed to be fully non-aged copper. I probably should have done this a lot better a different way, because these are not aged in forever. I might just have to AFK here one night, and it probably won't even do enough. Down here is going to be a interesting part of the first level. Here is the kitchen kind of area, a bit run down, a bit rustic. I love this archway that I did. I don't know how I came up with it, but it looks beautiful. This is kind of like a pizza. You know, you put your pizza on here, you slide it in, you get the pizza all warm. Yeah. And then here's the dining room. So we got this big thing. I love how this room came out. We got 2 berries in here. 2 good berries. We got another cake. Oh, okay. So the cake was a pain to make and stuff, but there's going to be a rule where I know somebody's going to eat the cake, but you're not supposed to be able to eat the cake. It's just decoration, so do not eat the decorations, okay, players? Before we go check out the downstairs, we have this section. This is a bit secretive. So this is a back hallway. Now, if you remember, we looked at it. This is not a cheap back hallway, so these well, obviously there's going to be a lot of clank through here. You're going to have to crouch, what takes time. But if you remember, there is this little section right here with jump boost. This is at the beginning, so there's the gold loop and stuff. And basically you can jump up here and bypass the entire middle section of the game, or you can come back this way. For example, the reason why I decided to add this was this door can close to hazard, this door can close to hazard, which only leaves this one. So if the Ravager is in this room, it is impossible to get through. So I just wanted a different way. But if you get max clank, this will close off and no longer be available. And finally, the crypt area. Now, this is very heavily inspired by Tango's crypt area. As you can see, this is ripped right out of Tango's dungeon. I won't lie, this is pretty much ripped right out of Tango's dungeon. I'm sorry, Tango. This was like the last section I think I built. I was running out of ideas. Here is walls. Obviously, there's going to be stuff on the side and below it. There's going to be sticky pistons to be able to be pushed up to block your path and stuff. Over here, I call this the candle room. So basically, if you stand back here, the Ravager can't get here, but you can't get out because obviously the Ravager's right here. So over here's another little loop spot, but it can be blocked off. And then if you come down here, we got a nice little diamond ore thing. I don't know. I was running out of ideas while building this. But just like Tango's, we have a nice little wardrobe thing, which goes into here. I really kind of copied him a lot for this area. Very heavily inspired by Tango's crypt area, and this table is basically what he had downstairs as well. It's really not that big of an area, but it's pretty hard to actually traverse because there's only so much places you can go. So yeah, we still got the upstairs to do, and we still have the sub basement to work on. But before I do that, I'm a little sick of building. I've built so much this episode. It's making me lose my mind. I need to take a break and do some redstone. So I was thinking, let's do this trap. Let's set up this trap. I upgraded my world to 1.20.2 recently, and I'm so annoyed that one of the mods I use is replay mod, and that has not been updated yet. Every other mod I use, which is not a short amount, I use Lightmatica, Mini HUD, Tweakaroo, whatever, those all been updated except replay mod to make my videos look cool. It's fine. Anyways, the reason I came over here is because I just wanted to show you that me and my brother, if you watched my world tour video, you would know that my iron farm was not working, but we managed to figure it out and figure out what the heck was going wrong. So for whatever reason, the villagers got glitched and wouldn't sleep in their beds. So I just had to go in and replace all their beds with new beds, and then they slept in the new beds, and now they get scared and are able to spawn villagers, which is so great. All right, here's all the materials I need. Obviously, I went a little overboard. We don't actually need 44 observers. All right, so I placed down some red wool. Obviously, it doesn't make perfect sense to you right now, but we are going to go ahead and show how we're going to be doing a lot of the hazard redstone. So this will be the hazard line, which is red. So if you didn't know, there's going to be over here is going to be the main station where like hazard gets generated and blocked and whatever. And then just like Tango, there's going to be these massive bus lines that go all the way around. So this bus line will connect to the red hazard bus line. And this line is the game on line, which will go all the way around the dungeon as well. First, this line is going to be coming right up to here with a rail. Right, so this activator will be coming right up to here. And then when this gets powered, it'll send a pulse right out here. Then this is going to activate a dropper, which goes into a hopper, which is going back into the dropper. Now, basically what this does is it does a randomized chance. Hazard is a bit complicated, but basically Hazard has a 1 in 3 chance of activating the entire bus line. And then each sub-hazard location has a 1 in 7 chance, I believe. I felt like when I was playing, that felt the most fair to me, but that obviously very likely will change. But basically in here, there is going to be 6 random items that can stack to 64 that are not the same item, and then 1 tool item, so like a fishing rod or a wooden sword, which is probably what I'm going to be doing. And then when it pushes up, the wooden sword or any other item, Comparator will read it, and then send out a signal. If it is not the wooden sword, it will only do a signal of 1. If it's the wooden sword, it will do a signal of 2, allowing you to be able to power this repeater, which then will go into another dropper, into another hopper, which only has 1 item in it. We'll do redstone. So this is the game online, and then that. So this means the game is on. Obviously, if it's not powered, the game is off. So basically, what it will do is it's going to go through here, go through the system. If it's the sword, it'll go through all the way through and tick over this redstone. Now, when this redstone is in this hopper, it'll stay, meaning the trap will be active because there's going to be another comparator. When the game turns off, also the axe falls back down, as you can see. Then when the game turns off, this turns off, which then allows the item to flow back over to there, which then allows the game, which then turns off the trap. All right, so this goes into a sticky piston, which goes into a block. Here is going to be where our etho clock is going to be. Basically, the point of this is that I want this to be, this is the off position that it normally sets into. So when it's in the off position, it comes over here to then power it off. But when the trap gets activated, this torch turns off, which pushes this piston back, which then unpowers this redstone to be able to then activate the hopper clock. All right, so now I just added 2 more observers, which then goes into here, which then goes into the sticky piston, which then will have blocks on top of it to send a signal, really quick pulse up to the pistons up inside of there. Now, if you're wondering why did I just not put the sticky pistons here, which is fair, I didn't understand why that either, so I just tested it, and for whatever reason, if you put the observers, say we break this, it does that weird little pattern right there, which is what I wanted. Now, if you don't do that, if you don't have the observers, I'll show you a clip of when I was just testing it. It does that. So I like this more. It's more sporadic and random and very, very hard to read. And now this just has to go up, and this one goes to that piston, this one goes to the other piston, and I'll do that right now. And just like that, the trap is done. Really the most ugly redstone you will see. All right, now all I gotta do is we gotta test it. The game is on currently, and we just generated hazard. So boop, that happens, and there it starts going. All right. See how quick it goes? Also, fun fact, if you have jump boost, you can jump right over this. Oh my god. It's so hard because it's so fast. There we go. And obviously this way you can just jump right over. You can definitely do it. It's definitely possible, which is good. It's just very difficult. All right. So we can go ahead and turn off the game, which then turns off the trap, which then also every round, because it's randomized and crazy, the chain will always be in a different location when the game starts, if the trap is activated, I guess. I'm glad I took that break to do some redstone, man. I freaking needed it. Let me know if you like seeing more redstone on camera. Obviously, the next couple episodes are going to be very redstone heavy because the building of Decked Out Level 1 is going to be done, and I just need to do all the redstone and get that done. But let me know if you like these kind of like walkthroughs of what I'm thinking and how it works. Now, let's be clear. I am not a redstone expert. I am not good at redstone, but I can make it work. And I'm good at looking up YouTube videos. So, like, could this have been way more optimized, probably, this entire trap? 100%. But this is my design, and this is what I came up with, and it works. I'm good at making things work. All right, well, I got to get back to building. I have 2 more sections of the world of level 1 to work on, meaning that I'm pretty close to actually being done. So, all right, I'll see you in a couple seconds. Okay, 99.8% of level 1 is fully built, and it took forever. So we just finished up this trap. I added the endermite down there. We got Peanut Allergy, Fearsome Foe, and Mr. Nibbles down there, ready to deal some damage. Now we will take you to the next part. Remember, way long ago, there was this hole that drops down. Well, I finally added the part where you jump down. Now, I just want to show. Let's see how much damage it actually does. I have not tested anything, so took off my own armor. 4 hearts of damage just to jump down here. Now, obviously it's risky to do that in the game, but there's been multiple times during my test run where I just need to get to places, and this is just the quickest way. So I call this section the sewers. Obviously it looks like sewers. First, this up here, it goes right to the crypt. So this is another way to the crypt. So for example, that door up there can shut, and that is the only way into the crypt other than here. So in other words, that also could be your only way out. So if you get caught and this door is shut, your only way out is to go through the hell of the sewers. Now the sewers is not a fun place. You cannot get back up over there. There is no Ravengers down here. There was a different mob. I'll show you later on once I actually get the mob here. Here we got a double berry action, so it's a good reason why you want to try to come down here every once in a while. Double berries does a lot. This is kind of just a loop to kind of get around the characters or the mobs that are in here, because you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least 1 or 2 hits by them, which does a bit of hearts. Now back down here is not built. Reason for it is this is a big puzzle area. My brother helped me design a cool little puzzle that I will be doing in the future episodes. So I decided not to really build it out too much because it gets complicated. It does mine carts and blah blah blah. But yeah, then it comes right over here, and this ladder leads. I swear I put a trapdoor here. There's supposed to be a trapdoor here. I'll add that in a second, I guess. But this leads right to this room. So it's kind of just a big underground system. And obviously I've also finished upstairs. So let's go up one of the... we can save that side for later, because that side's my favorite. Up here we got just a nice little hallway, nothing too crazy. Ravengers cannot get to this hallway. So we first show up, and I call this the Haunted Mansion section of the level 1. So first we got a nice little creeper head in a glass, and this is kind of like a cult up here. You know, it's creepy. We got a nice little bed for when people need to sleep, a berry bush. Over here we got a nice little loop in case we need to loop around. The Ravager can fit all through here, so nothing to worry about. Here we got a nice little bar and whatnot. And then over here we have a pretty similar room to what Tango has. This is where you're going to put the key to get to the next level. So here we got a nice little axolotl. This is a tutorial from a YouTuber. I don't remember who made it, but I'll try to put the video on screen of the axolotl that I made. Here's where you'll drop the key, and this is where you'll run out. Either side, just like Tango's. And then this side of the dungeon is my favorite part of all of level 1, especially this hallway right here. I just love how dark and creepy it is. So you can come down here. This is all non-spawnable. Got this nice little gory sight. Whatever these guys are doing up here, it is not pretty. We got another loop here. And then in here, we got some coffins laying out. There's the drop-off station here. And then we obviously got to put the credits of the original creator into the game, Mr. TangoTek. So rest in peace. But yeah, that's really it for up here. But there's been multiple times when there's a Ravager standing right there, making it impossible to go down the staircase. It was very aggravating as a player to be standing here and not able to get around. You have to like try to jump and take a hit, and it was very aggravating. So this is like the last thing I added in creative. Over here, there is another little spot. There's supposed to be a trapdoor, and you jump down here, which leads you to the sewers. So that is it for the building of level 1 of my version of Decked Out, and I absolutely love how it came out. Now, don't get me wrong, I have tons and tons of redstone that needs to be done, and tons more content, and more levels to be added to this beautiful game, so there's still a lot more to do. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Also, Ravengers are going to be added to this dungeon soon, because it's almost playable. I just have to get lodestones, and it's technically playable. So when I add the Ravengers, I need names for them. So please, if you have any good ideas for names, put them in the comments below, and I will try to add every single one that I see. Obviously, there's only a couple. There's like 6 Ravengers for level 1, so obviously I can't do every name if there's more than 6, but still. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is all for me for now. I'll be back in a couple weeks. Peace.